Hold on to your ghosts.
Oh yes, the battle lines have been drawn.
Amuse me, Traveler Spawn.
You're on the edge of victory. Annihilate them.
As if my life wasn't hard enough already.
If you think this armor is impressive, you should see me out of it.
Hey Guardians, welcome to this week's episode of Fireteam Misadventure. It's been a wonderful 2 weeks, and in case y'all missed the last episode, we talked about our preseason thoughts. Then I did a Crucible 101 with EP, which was quite hilarious. I learned a lot. I think Maddie learned a lot. He's like, hey, I'm here. So,
it got stuck.
That's what she said.
welcome to the show, guys. I'm one of your Guardians, Slayton, joined by my usual cohorts, Maddie Bugs,
Hello, everybody.
Arctic,
Hi.
and the real DP.
I'm having fucking issues today.
So am I. Like, my internet connection is acting like it just doesn't want to exist today. We had this random storm come through that just trashed the neighborhood for like 15 minutes. You could not see the road. And then the sun came out. So,
Sounds
That
like,
sounds like
Florida
something.
weather. Let's go. Oh, look, a little cloud. Hurricane!
I know, right?
That's the way it is.
It was really sad because I had my robot lawnmower ready because the sun was out. And then,
What?
boom,
Wait,
it got
what?
stuck under
Your
the trim.
robot lawnmower?
I have a
Oh
robot
yeah,
lawnmower.
GP wasn't here at the episode you talked about.
Bro, I got 2
lawnmower.
acres that I need you to, like, to hook me up.
So I bought the Landroid. It's from Works, and you put down the boundary wire, and it just is like a Roomba. It bounces all over the yard and mows it. And I've got about an acre, maybe half an acre backyard. It's between a half an acre and an acre backyard. Within a day and a half, it's got it all managed, and it does it every day. I don't got to worry about mowing my stupid ass backyard.
Well, see, now wait. See, because my yard goes into a river, so it's probably not going to stop. It's just going to fucking go
Yeah.
right into the river.
You have to put a boundary wire down. It won't go past
Ah.
the boundary wire. It knows where to go
It's like a
because of the
dog.
boundary wire.
Okay.
Yeah,
There's
So-
But more useful.
yeah, way more useful.
Whoa!
I
I just got a new puppy, by the way.
mean, they don't pay rent. They just sit around and eat. They might as well mow the
They
yard.
show you love. You love yours. I know you do. I've seen it.
I know.
Moving on.
My dog likes to chase the lawnmower around, so she has fun with that.
There you go.
All right. So it's been 2 weeks within the new season, and we have some thoughts, and I'm pretty sure they're mostly positive this time, as used our usual bitching of we hate Destiny, but we love Destiny kind of routine. So let's just
I didn't
start
change
with-
that. It changed on its own. I'm sorry. I was freaked out. I'm like, why did my lights change?
Someone
It did not
brought up
change it.
Destiny and your room just turned on you.
it's like red. We're gonna talk about Destiny.
I'm freaked out right now. I can't.
It's funny you're
I told
freaked
you,
out.
I'm
because
having
I
problems.
actually loaded and started that ghost hunting game. I went through the tutorial so I could be ready.
Yes, dude. I
That's why I need to get my
filmed the other
basement
night
finished
with
so I can
Broken.
have a good computer.
Yeah, Broken, Gucci, and I had Llama in there. Broken got killed every time because Gucci would just leave her. He's like, I'm dipping, I'm out. And she's like, where are you going? I got killed. She goes, this is kind of intense. There's this creepy looking demon baby crawling at me at light speed.
It was
Yeah,
funny to
so-
watch. It was
That is
good.
Anyways, new season.
Okay, I'm
Let's
gonna
hear what your
change-
thoughts are. Let's start with Maddie.
I'm liking it so far. I haven't. Wait, yeah, I did. I did. I've done both weeklies. I did have to do some grinding because I was one of those idiots that forgot about the artifact level boost. So when I logged in at the beginning of the season thinking, oh, I'm going to, be prepared for the raid, I was like, nope, I got 10 light levels to go and a lot of weapons I need to upgrade. And so I spent more time just trying to get my shit up instead of trying to grind out very specific weapons. Yeah, that would have been. I was scrambling kind of the last minute because people were like, "Oh no, you should bring this in, or you should bring this in." I'm like, I don't have anything left to equip, Or during the raid, people would be like, "Oh, you should pull this out." Yeah, it's a 12:30, guys. Like this isn't going to work for me. So the downfall. Yeah, I mean, I didn't grind hard. I just went in and did my pinnacles. I did the weekly. I actually this season tried to. I mean, we're only 2 weeks in, so let's see how good I keep up on this. But actually doing all of the triumphs or bounties,
Seasonal challenges.
Yeah, the seasonal challenges. I got all of them in the first week except for one, and that was because it was tied to PvP. And I was like, yeah, I did one game of Scorched or whatever, and I was like, dipping the fuck out of this place because no way. I don't even know how to shoot those guns. I swear I would shoot them straight in the face and nobody died. And I was like, okay, I don't get it, but whatever. And you have to kill like 50 Guardians in that game mode in order to get it. So I was like, I got 3. Okay, see you later. I'll check you next time. Like if I actually get to a point where I need to get them all and it's the last thing I need to get, okay. Plus each week has a PvP tied to it, so. But at least to get all the the upgrades and so that you can get the artifact or the seasonal artifact upgraded. I can't remember what they call it. You have to go to the servitor, but I don't remember what it's called
Gauntlet.
It's
The
closer
complex
gauntlet.
gauntlet or whatever.
Slicer servitor.
Yeah. But it seems to be. I mean, it's. I was maybe hoping for a little bit more interaction when we bring the fall in here, but because it was just kind of like, oh hey, we met you, cool, we saved you from some Vex, hey, here's a part of our city you can come into, and then all right, go away. So we haven't had a whole lot of interaction with them other than the cutscenes when you finish the weeklies and you start learning how horrible racists some of our fellow Guardians are.
Oh, that's for sure. So, do we all know why one of the world's second person got banhammered
Oh
Yeah.
absolutely.
for
I
his
saw that,
name?
by the way.
Yeah.
How dumb are you?
But he
to have
doubled
that
down
shooting
not
thing?
once but twice.
What do you
So,
mean? Like I
because
know his name.
Yeah, so the first time it was, BL don't, and then the second time he said they don't stop crying, and then the third time he changed his name, he said Dado is a tranny, by the way. So the guy was a complete asshole, regardless of anything. First of all, have your own opinion, but keep it in your own home and to yourself. Don't blast it on social media. Especially don't blast it as a gamer tag when you're trying to do a competition across the world where millions of people are going to be playing. And you're going to end up on one of the top teams and you think that it's not going to be a big deal. You're an idiot. You're a moron. And you deserve everything that's coming
He was with
to you.
Glad in them, right? Or
No.
No. Okay.
I didn't
Yeah, so-
recognize any of the
They were
names
third.
on his team.
They were
Shame
third.
on him and shame on his teammates for not saying anything.
For not saying anything.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't understand how they let that go.
Bungie doesn't know about this kind of gamer tags unless somebody reports them.
I mean, their team. How did they let that go? You can see your fire team lining up. You're like, okay, one of these
the
things is
team.
not like the
Team,
others.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think any comments have been made from that team regarding it, and I'm not sure Bungie has made any decisions on whether or not the rest of the team is going to get punished as well.
They've perma-banned for less, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They,
Unless the guy was that big of an asshole that he changed it at the very end. Maybe that's not because he was PC, so you guys can change your name anytime, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it could have been a situation where he went through it. They realized they were in the top, and he quickly changed it because he's an attention-seeking douche.
Moron.
Something narcissist. I mean, I could just keep going here. Pretty sure I know where he needs to go, but don't want to promote violence.
Let's
All right.
Let's
get
move
back on track for the season.
So-
yeah.
Let's get to Arctic. What do you think of the new season so far?
So far, I actually came into this season with pretty low to no expectations, just because the trailer wasn't as exciting as normal, and so I was pleasantly surprised. So far, the stuff with the Fallen and the story is very cool. Override is kind of underwhelming because it just feels like everything we've ever done before in a seasonal
Smash into
activity.
one. Yep.
However, the loot is really good. All but the sidearm is really good and fun to use and have lots of good perk rolls.
Wow.
Why do you not like the sidearm? Because that's what I'm using.
I just don't like that archetype.
Okay,
of sidearm.
so you didn't like the Anonymous Autumn?
No.
Oh man, that was my favorite.
Yeah, so that's more me, less than the game. But yeah, I mean, I've gotten all the seasonal challenges for the first 2 weeks done. I got all the pinnacles for all 3 characters done. I got my artifact maxed out in the first week. I'm like over season pass 58 or 59 or somewhere in there.
Sorry.
But yeah, no, lots of good stuff. We'll talk about the raid later, but the artifact this season is really good. Some of the mods in the artifact are
Breach and clear.
broken. Like if you're
Love
not
it.
using breach
With
and clear,
Anarchy.
you are doing yourself a disservice.
When it
So-
looked like it cost 9, I was like, "There's no way it's that good," and it is.
It's very good, very very good. So yeah, my thoughts.
my
very positive. so far.
sidearm I have heating up and thresh.
Heating up
and
is a
it's just-
great new perk.
It
It's
is.
great.
just killing it.
I like the tunnel vision perk.
Honestly,
I've
they're
seen that one.
killing it with the perks recently.
yeah.
Even the VOG new perk, rewind rounds, very very good.
Okay, so literally right before we started this, me, Gucci, and Jerk were in a match. I could not, even with getting a kill with the last bullet, everything, I could not get it to proc in PvP. We went into a private match. I got a vision of Confluence with full auto and rewind rounds. I was like, this is good PvE, but let me see if it's going to work in PvE. I couldn't do it. I could not get it to proc at all. So I'm not sure if they just didn't want you to keep spamming like a full auto scout rifle or what, but it was not working.
It wouldn't be the first time something has been broken in PvP looking
Yeah.
at Thresh. So, who knows?
Yep.
I mean, this season has a lot more bugs for whatever reason too. There seems to be something that is incredibly broken or just doesn't work as intended. So, yeah, but overall my thoughts are positive. So,
What about you,
E.
DP?
Me, I'm kind of on the same page with Arctic. I'm not a big grenade launcher fan, so the ignition code, it's no mountaintop. But beyond that, I still haven't gotten my full auto, multi-kill clip roll for my, sidearm, which I'm waiting for because I love the anonymous autumn with, full auto and kill clip. But beyond that, the perks, the weapons, Chroma Rush has really surprised me. Dear God in heaven, it melts in PvP.
And it doesn't move. It has no
have
recoil.
yet to get a good roll. I can't even get it to freaking drop.
I've got half a good roll, so
I don't have
still-
my found verdict yet, which I saw is insanely good. I didn't get a good drop on my Riz Walker because I'm still hoarding tokens after I spent 1,500 and then they announced that it wasn't dropping.
Yeah, speaking of broken things.
So beyond that, like the overdrive seems like a lot of things that we did before just mashed into one, like Arctic said. But the raid, when we get to that, VOG, so far, I mean, it's not, without saying too much for PvP. We'll save that for Thursday. But stasis is still stasis.
Okay.
Positive overall.
I have
Have
a
to
more
smile
positive
through the
outlook
pain.
at the season because I wasn't understanding at first why there wasn't a lot to do. I loved going through the Alitsky camp, finding all the lore, and just learning the backstories, that stuff.
Yeah, didn't do
But
any of
then
that.
I realized,
I didn't
I
even know
think
that
what
was
they're
there.
doing is instead of front loading season, they're going to more evenly balance how they distribute things through the season. So maybe more story. Like I know our weekly mission starts this week, next week. And yeah, I've done a lot of the complex. I just like 6-player activities, but it is very repetitive. But I'm hearing the good stories in the lore, and like Maddie said, learning who our racist guardians are.
Yeah, for sure.
I love weapons so far. I have a Chromo Rush that is okay, but I'm looking for the better roles. I have the sidearm that I love, and I'm working on the Death Song Catalyst. Is that what it's called? The rocket launcher.
Deathbringer.
Deathbringer Catalyst. Yeah, I'm working on that right now. So overall, it allows me more time to be free because I have been playing Mass Effect nonstop.
I want
So-
to, but
I'm gonna have to buy that game. It looks so much fun.
well, it's
It
all of
is-
them. It's 1, 2, and 3 with all the
remastered.
DLC.
All but one
everything.
DLC. All but
Really,
one.
all but one? Which
Yeah,
one?
Yeah,
the-
there's but they don't have the code.
Yeah,
So this
It-
legendary is all three of them?
all three of them.
Yes, all three
It
of them.
is worth
Oh well,
every
shit.
penny
Well, we'll
to
have
go
to get it.
back.
It's like over
those
40
days.
DLCs.
So I saw the side by side comparison with all the new graphics. How is it actually in game? Is it much better?
It is beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it
I have,
Destiny
it-
beautiful?
Xbox.
Halo beautiful?
It's its own art style. It's its own
It's
thing.
its own art style, but
I played it
it
back in the
has
day.
a new thing called camera mode, where you can just stop and take pictures in the game. You can like pose how you want to pose. I took one on the first planet I landed on, and it's breathtaking. Just the amount of love that they put into this game.
The first game doesn't even look remotely as it did way back in the day. Second and
Some of
third
it is
game are a little
jarring.
less so. Yeah.
I won't lie. Like when you're dealing with Captain Anderson, he's got this like creepy old face that. But once
His face is like
I'm pretty
really
sure it's
just weird texture, leather kind of thing. But yeah. Back to Destiny.
Yeah.
Anyways, so that's why I haven't been in Destiny as much. So we're gonna see how the season plays out. Well, let's talk about the Vault of Glass raid, which everyone was excited for.
So I have a story to tell before we start talking about the actual raid. All right. So as a little background, I picked up Slayton early last fall, and started teaching him Leviathan and got him into raiding and ended up, making a new friend. This is how we got where we are today. So the two of us got together. We're like, yes, let's do Deepstone 1. We got ourselves in a team. We're doing this. We did the whole 12 hours next day, everything. And we were both kind of really wore out from that grinding. So when we found out the power level wasn't much different going from season to season, I was like, hey, man, we should do this again. I mean, we don't have to do this like 2-week grind shit, right? Where we just about die from exhaustion. So let's do it. He's like, yeah, I think I'd be interested. So I put out there to Twinkle Toes, Sleet and I, we were available to go get ready for raid 1. So Twinkle Toes just put together an LFG, right? End of story. Until last Saturday. And we're getting spammed all over Discord. We're in our server and we get Fireman out, and Fireman's like, I'm so nervous, you guys. We haven't heard from Slayton. We haven't heard from so-and-so. Of course, this is 2 hours before the raid starts, but he's already starting to freak out because he's had situations where he hasn't been able to play. And all of a sudden now, I didn't even realize Slayton tried to call me, but he was like, hey, man, I didn't even know I was in a raid team. So we're like, oh, shit.
I was on the road.
Nice.
Yeah, he was gone. He was on the road off with family having lunch. And I was like, then somebody goes, well, you're the one that told us you guys were down. I'm like, yep, I got to take that. I got to take it all. It's my fault. I did not follow up with him. I mean,
Oh.
So we'll
thankfully,
play it better for the next one.
yeah,
So-
well, and thankfully we got somebody. I mean, it wasn't that big of a deal. We had to wait for like a half hour for Twinkle to put his kid to bed. But other than that, oh man, I felt
So-
so dumb. I was
I
just
felt
like,
so bad.
So it's in the comments. It's in the comments that I showed up 10 minutes before we
Right.
actually before reset before the. Okay, so I stayed up till I want to say 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning the night before, just doing Destiny, doing whatever, just trying to stay up so I could sleep up until the raid. Right, 12:47 rolls around, and I wake up in my bed, and I'm like, man, it's got to be like 10 o'clock or something. I look, it's 12:47. I was like, oh shit. And I jump up, I run into the kitchen, I grab a bottle of water, I look at my wife, I need food, and I need coffee. I gotta go. The day one raid's about to start. I gotta start streaming. I get my shit set up. I'm scrambling. She goes, I got you, don't worry. And then she brings me breakfast while I'm raiding. I'm like, thanks. Just fucking go.
I couldn't sleep beforehand, so I went to bed for like 3 or 4 hours, and then I was up at like 3 or 4 in the morning, and I just stayed up. So yeah, no.
Well, what are y'all's thoughts since y'all have run through it? I mean, the big question was, how are they going to change it for now, since everyone already knows what to do, basically?
Yeah, Bungie is full of shit. They said that they weren't changing anything, and there's a couple on. They said that there was going to be some
Little bit.
adjustments, and we're
Yeah.
like, okay, cool, they're going to add champions.
Gatekeeper was completely different.
Gatekeeper is a totally different encounter,
Yep.
and then
That's
the other
one in the
encounters
middle
have.
where you have to shoot the oracles the first time, right?
No, it's where you go in and out
Gatekeeper
of
is
the-
after Gorgon's Maze, right before
Okay.
Atheon.
That's the one with
Um,
Mars and Venus.
Yes.
Yep, the first time you're interacting with that, and in D1 you would grab the 3 relics, and then you would defend the 1 complex in the middle. It's totally different now. Oracles are way more involved. They're way more of a mainline mechanic than they even were back in D1. So, but they did a good job of streamlining a lot of what made VOG kind of tedious and boring, which was just all the ad killing in D1. They shortened the amount of time it takes to get the complexes done, the amount of rounds you have for oracles. But then they didn't really do much to change Templar or Atheon.
Nah, I love.
Which is fine, because you mess with those too much, then you kind of mess with what made VOG.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, they nailed it. The loot is incredible, and they are very. I mean, there's 4 secret chests. All of them will drop mods, spoils, and gear.
Gear
mean,
that
you're-
you've already gotten unlocked.
yeah,
though.
right.
Yeah.
Well, no, not necessarily, because you can get stuff out of there that you haven't gotten if it's your first time on that character.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Also, the armor is account wide now, so if you got a helmet on your Titan, you also have the helmets for your Hunter and Warlock.
That's really good.
Yeah. So
Wait, what?
it's in the loot
People
pool.
have more
So,
than one.
Oh, it's in the
character?
loot pool. Okay,
Oh,
okay,
wait.
I got you.
yeah. Okay.
I was like, yo,
yeah,
wait
yeah.
a minute now. I didn't-
Yeah, no. So, but you are littered with loot, and all of it is good. So
Fatebringer.
woo! I got the god roll, and I am harder than a rock. So
I
I can't
remind me
wait to
not to
do
get
this,
near
right?
you.
you couldn't get near me.
Wow. Touche, Arctic, touche. He's like, I'm wider than I am tall. No. Anyways,
All right, someone else.
Maddie, go ahead.
Well, I'll go first because I know. Okay, first of all, I didn't play D1, so I didn't play VOG. I had no prior experience to this. Second of all, kind of because my team ended up being a little mismatched, not only because of my mistake in putting people together, but then we also had some people that had some things come up last minute, and we kind of just had to take random people out of the server. Yeah, I love raiding with a lot of different people, but day one is a whole different mindset. It's a whole different expectation. You got to be comfortable with the people you're playing with. You got to be able to somewhat yell at them and then give them shit the next second and then be good the next second after it. You know?
Lighthearted, because 12 hours of screaming at each other is not going to work.
Right.
17 and a half.
Since this was a
17 and a
rookie
half.
raid,
And
was it
even-
really
even-
12 hours.
For a lot of people, yeah.
17 and a half.
Yeah, most people
And
didn't even get the
didn't
first run
finish it.
in the first 24
Yeah,
hours, let alone the challenge mode.
We spent 13 hours and we got up to Atheon and spent a few hours there, and we couldn't do it.
We got everything down at Atheon. We had the damage, we had our strats, and then it was about 4 o'clock in the morning. We lost a person, lost 2 people, then we LFG'd with 3 people that had already finished it and challenge mode. And then one of those dropped, and it was about 6:30 in the morning, and I was just like, this is you know DSC all over again. I was falling asleep. I was about to start snoring. So
Yeah. As soon as we lost
Exactly.
our first person, they dipped out at Atheon, and we're like, well, this kind of sucks. We grabbed a random person. We had to teach them what to do, and then they didn't get it, and so it was a bunch more hours we wasted. And then we all decided to call it. Went to bed, woke up. One of my buddies, Ivy, he had a team, and he's like, hey, if we have a spot. And so we went and got the clear then, but I didn't do it with my day one team. So
Yeah.
I didn't either. I did it like at 1:05.
and that's just normal. That's not challenge mode either. So
Yeah, and I did end up leaving about 9 o'clock. I'm Central Time, so it's that's 9 hours for me. It was just the timing of this raid. Last time I had no problem going until 1 o'clock in the morning, taking an 8-minute sleep break and coming right back. But unfortunately, my husband's birthday was the day before, and so it was kind of like birthday weekend. And I got in my 9 hours, and then I made a decision to, okay, the rest of the night is for you.
Yeah.
So if Destiny could always release new raids in the fall during hunting season, that would be beautiful.
She goes, he's in the woods. I don't see him for 4 months. It's all good.
Yeah, just bring every September to December. That would be everything.
He doesn't
should
go
be
till
released.
January?
Yeah, he did this year for a
okay.
while. Yeah, but it kind of gets, the other hunters don't necessarily want to go because now they're burnt out or they're out of ammo or they just, yeah. But
Slayton?
that's when he brought in going, oh, let's go goose hunting now and let's go duck hunting. He added more animals on the list this year, but whatever, I don't care. Go. I'll just want
fuck
the
out.
raids in the fall. Yeah. There's a
All right,
door.
Slayton, let's hear your opinion, sir.
I have done because I wasn't home.
Yeah.
You haven't done VOG at all?
Yeah, by the way, I only made it to the first encounter, so I'm still completely have no idea what this raid is about.
Okay.
With Memorial Day weekend coming up, I get Fridays a 6 PTO, Monday is a holiday. As far as I know, we don't have any damn commitments to family members or anything for that. So
I love how
other than
there's
me
damn
going-
commitments to family.
yeah, the only thing I want to do is Monday go visit my dad's grave for a little bit. Otherwise, I'm all about trying to do this raid again this weekend.
Well,
I'm sure
I'm
plenty
in
of
the same
people
boat
will be
as-
doing it, but
I'm in the
I'd like
same
to
boat
do
as
it
Maddie.
people good. Yeah.
I will probably let you do it this weekend. I got to go to Houston Saturday night, but I should be here Friday and Monday. And if I can find a team, I'm not in a huge rush for it, but I do want to do it.
Let's plan for Monday if you both are available at some point during that time. We'll set a couple hours
I can be
aside,
available all
and
day. As long as I
and
know
I-
ahead of time, I can make sure I'm
Yeah,
back by
and I
Monday.
mean,
Yeah.
if we want to do that Monday, I'll just go do my thing Sunday because I gotta drive 2.5 hours to it.
Okay.
But as long as I just go, say hi to Dad at some point in the weekend, that was the only thing I have planned for this weekend. The
Cool.
only thing I want to do.
We'll do a run on Monday then.
Arctic, did you
I'm
get
on
your message for the Templar DPS that we did
Mhm.
with the double slug anarchies? Worked great,
Yep.
man.
So
So
Our-
DP,
Come
that
play with
means
us
you and I need to
Monday.
have a date this week so that you can come run through my shotties and some things.
Uh-huh.
I was
Um,
excited. I was like, don't tell my wife she's watching.
so it our biggest issue on Templar was if you don't know the encounter, Templar spawns in the middle of the map. You kill some oracles, you use the relic to pull a shield off, and then you can do damage. In D1, there's only 2 teleport spots. In D2, there's 5.
5.
What? Oh.
Yeah. So that entire back area, there's the same front left, front right. Then he
Yeah.
could spawn in like the back left, back right, and then he could spawn right back in the middle.
Top on the corner.
Yeah, yep, the 2
Yep.
corners, and then
And
the
then
back,
the 2
and
backs,
middle.
and then the one in the middle.
Yep. So the strat that ended up coming out is using the exact same thing that you would use for Taniks, except that you have one person dedicated to just blocking all the teleports.
Yep.
The problem with day 1 is that everything hits so freaking hard that if there was any sort of splash damage, like if you're up against a wall anywhere, the Templar would just outright kill you because he
Kill you.
hit you twice. The Minotaurs would come swarming out because it's 4 per side that would come out
Shielded.
and those suck a lot. And then you also have the Fanatics and the Harpies, and so we would just end up dying before we could do anything.
And
So
we say
I just can't even imagine all this shit on challenge
Atheon.
day.
Yo, the supplicants on Atheon was. There's so
Well,
many. There's like
yeah,
30
I mean,
of them that come out.
yeah,
all
they
together.
upped the ad count for
They
this
did.
raid a lot. But for us Templar, we used linear fusion rifles and grenade launchers with.
I was
breaching
watching
spear.
that a little bit, and I was like, linear fusions, huh?
So
It
you
didn't
actually
make
pulled
any.
out Sleeper?
No,
Not Sleeper. Sleeper didn't get the 15% buff.
it got
It's
what,
only
6%?
Oh.
3%.
3? Okay.
So that was bugged, and they acknowledged it, but they said that it wasn't going to get fixed before the raid. So we pulled out Vorpal threaded needles,
Not to
and
mention the hunters got nerfed again.
Yeah.
yeah, so we
Although it wouldn't have mattered. I don't have
couldn't pull the
game.
boots out. I mean,
Couldn't
those
pull
boots would have
boots out.
made. We were planning initially to do 6 hunters,
I
for
think
the
a
raid.
lot of people were with
and so
bottom
they're
tree
like,
tether.
yeah, either that or bottom tree Goldie.
If you do bottom tree tether, it's like 150,000 more, I think.
Yeah, I know.
But the
it
burst
was
damage
just
is-
to break it up. So, our experience for the first half of the raid was very quick. We got through oracles in less than 2 hours, and then we got the Templar, and we were stuck there for like 5 or 6.
I was watching your stream every now and then, and I was like, they're at the same spot we are. And then when we moved ahead of y'all, we then looked, I want to say 2 hours later, and y'all were on Atheon, and we were still on Gatekeeper. And I'm like, holy shit, man, they went through
Yeah,
Gatekeeper.
no,
quick.
had we not got stuck at Templar, we would have very easily been at Atheon in less than 3 hours, because we got through Gorgons immediately, and then we hit Gatekeeper and got it done in 2 tries.
So our team issue was 4 hunters and 1 warlock and 1 titan. That's where we had
were
a lot of issues.
3 warlocks, 3 titans.
So, and y'all all had the chess piece?
No, I think we were 2 bubbles, 1 chess piece.
Okay.
So, yeah, no, it.
The detainment was a little different on Atheon. Yeah, that was like, I'm like, okay,
that's
so what is
that's
this?
the-
And then all of a sudden everyone was detained. I was like, well, this is a wipe.
So detainment in general. So we knew it was a mechanic because it was 1 in D1 where you would
Mhm.
get bubbled and
Right.
and you just shoot yourself out.
But then you couldn't.
You can't do that anymore. You have to
Nope.
have teammates shoot you out. And that's the one thing I don't like about this, because you're already having one person be dedicated relic holder. So you're already down 1 person for damage, and then
And-
having detainment happen every 30 seconds to a minute. That's super frustrating.
That's what Jerk was just saying in comments. He goes, "Yo," and the countdown for damage was like you would get 10 seconds sometimes if you weren't like on the spot.
Yeah, for Atheon, you can't damage beforehand anymore. You can't prep him. So as soon as Time's Vengeance pops up, you have 30 seconds to get as much damage in as you can, and then you better run
Now-
because we're getting lit up.
Now there is a cheese right now for the gatekeeper if you can kill him without ever
I thought that was
having to start.
hilarious.
Yeah. So we tried to do the stasis boop, and it worked on us. It worked on harpies. It worked on everything but Atheon.
Yeah. He's considered a heavy AI.
Like,
So
we ramped it up to 8, I think, or 7 or 8, just waiting there, and it's still like.
yeah,
he just laughed.
when we spent 2 hours trying to find somebody to replace our 6th, and we're like, well, screw it, we're not going to get world's first. Let's just go for it. And Rain and I had
that's
stacks
what
of
we
10,
did.
and we're like, well, okay, this still isn't working. So
Anarchy, if you go in the portals, Anarchy by itself came in so clutch. Like that and Top Tree Goldie for me was real clutch on the inside portals.
Anarchy is the weapon for Vogue in Destiny 2.
The entire raid.
Entire raid.
So. All I would do on the inside was put one shot on one cross pillar, one shot on the other, and they will connect. It's a long line, but they just walk into it. Good, especially with Breach and Clear on, man. Dear God.
Yeah. And then either it was like late yesterday we found out that there's a cheese for the shielded Praetorian. So in Gatekeeper and in Atheon, there are Praetorians that will spawn in that will try to sacrifice or just prohibit you from going any further. And they're the exact same shields from Garden of Salvation. So the only way to pull them off is to use the Aegis or the Relic, hit them, kill them, do whatever. Except we found out that Prometheus Lens and Colony will just go right through it. No,
ignore it.
No bars hold, just completely go through it and shred everything in the process.
Yep. So you really don't need the Relic to go in and swap when you go in and then swap when you go out. You just have someone hold it. Like, so what we did just earlier was I picked up the Relic on the outside and just held it, and it's really good for the Overload champions after you stun them, and you just wait.
Yeah, and so if you don't know, with Gatekeeper, Gatekeeper used to be one singular conflux in the middle of the map that you would just defend. You'd have teams of 2 go into Mars and Venus, grab the relics from those Gatekeepers, come back out, defend.
Yeah.
Now that's completely changed. There is a conflux in Mars and there's a conflux in Venus, and they will continually have ads that spawn in and try to sack, and you only have one relic. So it turns into totems from King's Fall. So you have one person running into the teleporter to strip the shield of the Praetorian, but if you run into a teleporter with the Aegis, you get a 40-second debuff.
Temporal something.
Yeah, basically you can't teleport with it again until those 40 seconds are up. So you end up killing the Praetorian, dropping the relic for the person that's in the room. They come out, they drop it off for another person so that they can go into the other room, and it just goes back and forth.
Yeah.
So you have a team of 4 just rotating the relic.
Swap in and then swap outside as well, and then it was different.
And the Gatekeepers turn into servitors from DSC, where it blocks all access.
And if you don't do it fast enough, if you don't do the swap and the kill and all fast enough, you get another Gatekeeper that spawns in the floating platform that blocks the portals to open to go get the Praetorian. So you have to melt him real quick, and then you can go in.
And not to mention, if you don't have the Praetorian, you have a yellow bar Wyvern that will just bum rush you and the conflux. And if it sacrifices,
he was doing some weird stuff. Like he would skate down the stairs right into the fucking conflux, and there's nothing you could do. So what I was doing was I was taking my Anarchy and hitting him twice. Then, I was using the iKeller's SMG for Warmind cells, and which came in clutch too. And it would stun him after a minute, but if you're like Jerk here, who didn't have Breach and Clear, it didn't matter what you did; those Wyverns would destroy you. But I had Breach and Clear, and I went in Venus every time to start, and I was fine. Like it was great with Top Tree Goldie and Anarchy. It was easy.
I'm gonna start a petition to get Breach and Clear turned into an actual mod, even if it's 10 energy. If it takes up all your energy, I would love to have that as a full mod.
When I found out how strong it was.
Yeah, if you don't know, Breach and Clear is a column 5 of the seasonal artifact mod that turns grenade launchers into essentially a full debuff like Tether or Divinity. And so with Anarchy, you just pop an enemy a couple times, get that procced, and then you're doing 30%
damage.
Yep, everyone is doing 30% extra damage for 10 seconds just by popping them with
I
it.
can't
So
wait
is
to
this
go
kind
into
of like
DSC.
having the old OP nades?
Yeah, kind
Yep.
of, but
Couple
longer
seasons
because
ago?
Anarchy. I'm just gonna because Anarchy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Anarchy
lasts longer, yeah.
Yeah, Anarchy prongs last as long as the debuff does. So once those pop off, you just pop them again, and everyone gets it. And if you're shooting them with a grenade launcher, you're reloading all of your stowed weapons. So it's very, very good. So
Very
Real
interesting.
close to getting that one. Got about
See now, if you're really
200,000
stacked,
points.
if you really want to go full ham with just Anarchy, you could do the Breach. What's the other mod that does the Unstoppable Champions? Is it Unstoppable or Overload?
it's unstoppable.
Unstoppables with the Breach and Clear, you can destroy Unstoppables with maybe one Anarchy shot or two, and just not even worry about it. Because it'll stun them, it'll debuff them, and it'll do damage all at once. It's banana sandwich.
But in kind of wrapping it all up, Vogue was handled with class. It was very well designed to keep the feeling of what Vogue what made it special to begin with, and then modernizing it a little bit, and not having us go into a snore fest.
Did you notice
just clearing ads all day?
Did you notice the Whisper mission portal?
Yep.
I was like,
So,
is it there? Damn sure was there. I was
So,
really happy.
Maddie, did you ever do the Whisper mission and get the catalyst for it?
Yes, but I never got the ship. My squishy hunter couldn't make it over to that part to do, because you're talking about the part where you come in and you have to do like in order.
Yep, you have to do the
Oracle-
oracles.
Yeah,
over
I
on that
couldn't.
portal. Yeah.
The schematic or whatever it was.
Mhm.
Yeah, I couldn't make that one. I went in enough to get the to get your vehicle, to get the catalyst and all that, but I couldn't make it to the ship. My hunter just couldn't make that jump.
So when you look into that portal, or if you had done that, you could have looked into the portal and you would have seen the jumping puzzle for Vogue back in the day. Well, now we're on the jumping puzzle side, and there is a hidden quest. So if you don't want to listen to it, just mute me. But once you get Vex Mythoclast, which can drop from Atheon, the catalyst, there are 5 or 6 hidden plates throughout the raid that you have to go stand on with Vex Mythoclast, shoot oracles, and once you do all those, you actually get to go back to that portal, and then you get to enter it to do the Whisper, kind of that pillar area, to get the catalyst for Vex Mythoclast.
So
which is very cool.
Essentially get to go back to IO, even though IO is no longer in existence.
Yeah.
Well,
it's dark. We don't know if it exists or not. It's just dark.
It's in the
North Korea
DTV.
is dark too, but it still exists.
Don't start a war.
Okay, so what to put the team together for Monday? You guys just let me know what time, and I'll make sure I'm ready.
Absolutely.
I don't have Anarchy, I'm just telling you now, but I do have the colony.
Save up your spoils. Get Anarchy.
Yeah, can you buy it from the little center kiosk guy?
Yeah, but it costs it's a max stack of spoils, so 240 spoils.
I don't know.
Oh, they changed it now? Now it's not the little, what was it? It was like a little gold ball that you turned
Well,
in.
you still need all the mats, but you still have to have spoils.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't need it, but obviously having it is very, very good. And even
especially this season.
Yeah, absolutely. And even for Atheon, it's not required, but he has a lot more health than he did. He has like 8 million health total.
We were using, some of us were using, double slug Anarchy on him and doing 1.5 million just an hour ago.
Yeah, and the problem with doing that is you also have a ton of oracles, in Atheon, and so we can kind of talk about that a little bit. So Atheon, it's still similar. You get 3 random people teleported into Mars or Venus, but the difference is that the people in Atheon's throne room have to watch him, and 6 random oracles will spawn in sequence. You have to tell the people in the teleported room that sequence so that they can go in and destroy those oracles in that room in order, and they have to do that 3 times before they can leave to do damage.
Which isn't hard, because
it's not hard.
When you're inside, just run across all the way to the other side, to where you would literally just turn around and see where Atheon is, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, however you want to do it, but it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
It's Xeno one-shots.
So kind of similar to how if you were to actually do Riven legit, that you have the team split up and you got to talk to each other.
It's a little bit like that, but honestly, that's the only thing that really changed, because as soon as that ends, you have your teleported team come back out, they get cleansed, and then you go to that middle platform that's very iconic, and then you do your damage from there.
We actually did damage behind the portals that we came out of.
And that works too, because you don't have to sit behind the relic anymore to get the Times Vengeance buff. You could do damage from anywhere, and because of Times Vengeance doubling your super speed, you can get multiple supers off. So your Curus wearing Titans that can do the crazy smash damage could get potentially 2 of those off in a single damage phase. And
2 big Nova bombs. They do, top 3 Novas.
Atheon used to be all about sitting behind the shield and just doing damage with snipers. It's very much like you have to get your supers off, because you won't do enough damage even in normal mode. Like you will not get.
I remember having like a half of of a bubble, and you would take Galahorn and jump up out the bubble and shoot him. All kinds of antics to kill him, and now you don't have to do all that.
Yeah, but
this should be fun. I look forward to my day.
And the raid is beautiful. The update.
Yes, I enjoyed what I saw. Yeah, it looked really awesome.
By the way,
I can't wait to see more, especially like this maze part or whatever. Like
the Gorgon maze.
Yeah, I saw a couple
need
streams on it.
Two smoke nades to make everyone invisible. You don't have to go up to Pride Rock. You don't have to jump over none of that. Get the Omnioculus and 1 hunter. Make everyone invisible at the first stop of rocks. Go straight to the right instead of up the rock. Do the invis again, and you're done. It's like a 5-second encounter, literally, almost.
Well, and it's as cheesy as it is, doing it normal once is cool, just so that you can actually experience it. But then in future runs, having that Omnioculus is important, because there are 3 hidden Vex boxes that you have to shoot in order to get the hidden chest on the right side of the maze to open up.
The one on the left side of the maze is no longer there, which was...
It used to be the exotic chest.
It used to be, and now it's nothing there.
Oh, it's the Vex plate for Mythoclast.
For the Mythoclast, yeah. But used to, that's where you would go for a chest, and now there's no longer a chest there.
Yep, there's only 4 hidden chests. Technically only 3, because the first chest you get for opening the vault counts as a hidden chest for the Triumph for some reason. But there's like 11 hidden glass shards that will get you.
I've only got like 4.
They're not super difficult to get at all. The most annoying ones are the ones in the Gorgon maze. But that gets you Chatterwhite 2.0, Bitter Pearl.
Yeah, Pearl.
Yeah. Yep. So that's kind of a cool shader. It's going to be a very difficult seal to get, because you have to do there's static challenges for all the encounters. Then you also have to do like your normal Void Arc Solar, Clan Knight, same class. And then you have challenge mode triumphs, and then you have master mode triumphs. So it's like 3 pages of triumphs to get this seal. It's going to be one that's going to be very worth getting and showing off, because that's going to be a lot of time put in.
What's the difference between challenge mode and master mode?
Master mode is suspected to be just kind of like contest mode, where it's much harder where
Okay.
you're kind of I'm kind of like a master or GM Nightfall kind of deal.
Okay.
And then challenge mode. We're not sure what the challenges are going to be, but suspected to be the same challenges used for this challenge mode for 24 hours,
Okay.
and where you have to get them all done in the same run. And yeah, and those weren't particularly difficult from what I've seen either. They're just a little more tedious.
Okay.
So
Well,
yeah,
I know I'll
Sounds
stream
great.
Monday for sure, so people can watch. I know you guys will probably be streaming as well.
yep.
Well, that's it for the show this week. Are we doing a Crucible Academy Thursday since the two of you are back?
I'm down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we'll just go. We'll do the concept that you had come up with when we last spoke about it. We'll do it on Thursday, and then I won't be here for the next Fireteam Misadventure. So
And
you'll
then I
have
won't
to
be
find
here
a
for the one after that.
yeah.
We'll find some
So
people.
Honeymoon after 3 years of being married.
Woo! Enjoy
Going
it.
to the
I've been
mountains
married
where there
6.
is.
I still don't have a honeymoon.
my wife and I just hit our 6-year anniversary on Sunday.
Nice.
Well, congrats.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
For our
Mine's in
honeymoon, we went to
December.
Orlando to see Baby Metal.
Ooh,
Ooh,
They were
nice.
awesome.
Baby metal.
never heard
And
of
then
them.
they came to Austin, and we
They're-
saw them
they're-
at this
they're
very
like
intimate
a-
theater, up
They're
close and
a
personal.
heavy metal K-pop band, which is very weird when you think about
Like
it. But
Korean, like,
Korean
No, no.
K-pop.
heavy metal.
It's bloody genius.
It's incredible. It is so freaking cool. If you like
Baby
anime
metal.
music, you'll
I
like
do.
them.
I love anime.
Baby
music.
Metal, all the way.
I have to look that up.
They are amazing.
I'm not big
It
on
was funny.
K-pop though.
It's not really K-pop. It's Japanese metal.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
definitely have to give it a
Yeah,
shot.
you have the heavy metal instrumentals, and then you
Love
have
metal.
you have 2 like
It's
dressed up cute Korean
It used to be
ladies.
3.
Used to be 3, now it's 2.
So it's almost like the DJ Mouse type thing. What the hell was it? It was like the big mouse head, but he was like a electronic DJ type.
I would just look it up. It's
Okay,
very
I will.
cool.
Because I love metal. Like I'm a huge metal fan. Like that's
What's
that
the
and
name of these
country
people?
kind of and
Baby
gospel,
metal.
You know, like I just, you know, but
Baby metal?
baby
Yeah,
metal.
Baby Metal. That's
Oh,
how
it's
they
a bunch
dress.
of chicks. Okay.
Yep.
I like the
They're-
style.
They're lead singers
that's
that
really
sing
cool.
in very traditional kind of Korean pop, but with like a heavy metal instrumental backdrop.
I played
With
a lot
the-
of DDR, and there was like there was some good stuff like Naoki and all them that had some like rock pop thing going on, and I enjoyed it. So I mean,
You'll love them.
okay.
And when she came to Austin was when she did her first English song, The One. So we saw it live when she first premiered it. She can sing. That's all I'm going to say.
Yep. They did a track with Bring Me the Horizon, Kingslayer, and they did a mix between Korean and English, and it was very good.
Okay, let me ask y'all because you said Kingslayer and then like my ADHD mind just went off. Have y'all watched on Netflix the Final Fantasy Kingsglaive movie?
Yes.
It's all CGI. It was actually done very well in my opinion. It was done
Yeah.
it was a good storyline. It didn't jump all over the place.
I think I
The-
watched the original Final
Watch it
Fantasy
on Netflix, man.
CGI
It's-
movie that came out like early
Nah.
2000s or something like
No,
that.
man.
I was never
Watch this
interested
one.
in any of it again, but
Spirited Away. I mean, yeah, not Spirited Away. Spirits
Kingslayer.
Within is actually brilliant. Just take Final Fantasy out of it. Anyways, yeah, we're done.
Done.
We'll see you guys Thursday for Crucible Academy. And next week, there will be the second episode of the Crucible.
Thursday, 8:30 Eastern.
Yeah, we'll do it 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern.
Okay.
And then next Wednesday will be the second episode of the Cryptarch Historical Society, where we continue talking about
Nice.
the Cabal, which was
Now
so
that's
much
just
fun.
a podcast, like
That's
last
strictly
time,
podcast.
right?
It's all
Okay,
audio.
yeah.
And we had so much fun doing the first one, but everyone got sick last week, so we had to kind of reschedule to film the next 2 this week. But then after those, we have 3 Cabal episodes. We're going to do a Vault of Glass episode, so it'll be perfect timing.
awesome.
All right.
And our
That's it
2
for
people
today.
who come with us, they really know their lore shit. So
Oh, they were so
I
good.
listened
It was
to
Innie
the
and
first
Fiskar.
episode, and fucking Annie I was like, damn, Annie knows a lot about this damn game, boy.
They do. And I would
Yep.
we would ask
All of them
interesting questions and just go on like, oh, it was so much better than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, and I did get some good feedback, Slayton. You're from our last Crucible, Academy, just a Q&A, that they loved the questions. I had a few people that watched it, they messaged me and was like, yo, that was a lot of things that I didn't know that I wanted to know. So I had some people interested, maybe do that again, but with me and Arctic, do like a Q&A from people who don't PvP.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and both of your guys' play styles a little bit different, and the way that you approach a DP can be different than the way Arctic would. And so it would be good to have two different people who the clan, especially the clan, knows are really good at PvP, but people can kind of pick and choose maybe which direction to go to if they want to start getting into PvP,
So in my stream tomorrow, I'm going to be, I finally, after, how long has, the Gemini Jester's been out? 2 years? 3 years now? I finally got a good roll. And I will have them on tomorrow, spamming invis and pissing people off. So.
All right. So we will plan a second Crucible Academy 101. And like I said, we'll see you guys Thursday. We'll see you all in 2 weeks back here. And have they released the release date price for that stupid Baby Alinsky plush? Because I have to have one.
Oh,
I don't think so. I was gonna buy the raid jacket, and then I saw that the raid jacket's $150 and will take like 6 months to get delivered, and I'm like, it's really nice, the ring, but I don't.
Yeah,
I like a lot of this stuff.
I got
really
the
pricey.
DSC raid jacket. I do get updates all the time. I haven't gotten it yet, I should say.
When you get it, you're gonna have to wear it.
That was my Christmas present from my husband, was because
I'm
I
still
really
waiting on
like
my Hawk Moon miniature to come in.
Wow.
Yeah, I keep getting
probably
updates,
print
so
you
they're
one to
like,
get it to you faster
it's in,
here.
When
Yeah,
when we ordered it, they told, it said on there when I ordered it, you're probably not going to get this till June of 2021. So I already knew going in when I got it that I was going to get it in a season I didn't need it. So it'll sit in my closet for 6 months until, I'm in South Dakota. I meant 3 months. So it won't collect that much dust. Yeah.
I think Jerk is saying that the little baby plush isn't that great.
Does he already have it?
I don't know. He's in the chat right now. Is that what you're talking about, Jerk? Is the plush or the jacket, or it's not that great,
the small
in my
one.
opinion?
The Baby Elixni.
He's
Yeah, I
in the
want
chat.
It's gonna sit in my living room.
Either way, me personally, I don't fall in love with those little things. I think it's just like a bug-eyed looking little stuffed toy that I would give my dog. Say, here, have fun for 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's
the
the
Vogue
Vogue jacket
jacket isn't that great. Okay.
I get obsessed with the weirdest things. Like I want to order the penguin figurine from the rewards just because those things are stupid looking, and you can open it up.
In response to the raid jacket, normally the raid jackets are very kind of flamboyant, kind of over the top, like very noticeable. This raid jacket is much more subdued, and that's more my style. It's more neutral, something I could wear out in public without being like.
I didn't think the DSC one looks that bad. Yeah, it's that kind of bluish gray color, which I love. That's what attracted to me in the first place. But you can put your, I think, gamer tag over here, and then it does have a couple things, but otherwise it may have like a Destiny emblem on it, but it didn't seem like it was too in your face. This came from
well, and this one is more of a windbreaker, and that's something I would wear. I'm not a big heavy jacket kind of guy either.
I'm not either.
And the DSC one also, you could take the inner part out and you have like a vest jacket.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it has two pieces to it.
Look, I'm in Florida. I don't wear jackets, period.
Hey, I'm in the upper Midwest. Do you ever see me without a sweatshirt on while we've been doing these? Never. I'm always wearing a sweatshirt.
Now lives in Florida, but 14 years of cutting meat, I think my body temperature has to stay around like a 68. So I freeze my wife out. She's in the middle of summer going, it's
That's
fucking
how I am in my
Antarctic
own
in this house. But anyways, we're done.
Alright.
All there.
We're
We're
done.
done. We'll see you Thursday.
Later, y'all.
Thanks, everybody.
Later.
Have a great week.
Peace.
I forgot what I was doing.